Hi everyone, Mature Simmer here. So welcome to this edition of Mods Worth Noting. Shop Hours is a simple mod that just basically allows shops to only be open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. with a 1-hour lunch break. Extended Cruise Control is a return of something from Vertex that's been present before. Basically has memories for 3 different speeds, which you can set individually, and it also has what he's calling permanent control, which means when you hit the brake it doesn't disengage, it just slows down and then it'll go back up to speed when you let go. Another returning mod, Fill Level Warning, gives you beeps at 50% and 80% when you are harvesting and things like that. Refresh Contracts is also a returned item from Yumi that lets you get a new set of contracts rather than having to keep restarting save games to try to get what you're looking for. And that will do it for this edition of Mods Worth Noting. A few maps have started to appear. Some are existing things brought back to 25, such as the world famous Calmsden Farms from Oxygen David. So if you've enjoyed that map, it has returned. The couple new ones. There's Pellegny for in the French countryside, which has gotten some good feedback that I've seen on and about. And there's another Polish map, or the first Polish map I've seen, called Binki, which is not a name I recall from before, but there were hundreds and hundreds of maps, so it's possible that it's just a rework, but it may be new. But it's a pretty similar style to what you'd expect. Very thin, small fields, and lots of them in a pretty small map. So there are a few things appearing here and there, including some map updates for things like Frankenmuth and so forth, where people are just kind of trying to adjust gameplay prices and so forth. So the standard tweaks you see when maps are starting to come out and they start to get feedback, and as long as the author is engaged with the community, then they might do some updates and things to that. But barely 3 pages. We're pretty late into the game here. So we had some weeks where we'd see 5 pages or so. We're at about 35 pages in total since things started up. Obviously a good amount of equipment and buildings, which is kind of the typical and most popular mod that occurs. But as you can see, even in that top row, the Tashfun wood, I don't even know what it's called, but it's used to drag trees out of the woods. It's got chains on it usually. And that's been around since I've started Farming Simulator. So nothing terribly new or interesting that has caught my attention. So hopefully some of the gameplay mods I've shown are old favorites that might be things you've been waiting for that have returned. We'll just continue to let folks know what appears that looks like it's interesting and or might be overlooked amongst the other kind of standard, bunker silos and things like that that appear. So with that, as always, if you've enjoyed this but haven't dropped a like or are not a subscriber, please consider that, and I will see you next time.